The Mobile County Public School System presents Homeroom with Nancy Pierce.
Hello and welcome to Homeroom. I'm Nancy Pierce, Public Relations Supervisor for the Mobile County Public School System. It has been an incredibly busy year, busy summer especially for our facilities department. So many renovations, new schools. It's unbelievable, and more to come. And here joining us now is Tommy Sheffield to tell us all about what's been going on and what's happening in the future. He is our executive manager over facilities, land management, all sorts of things. You wear a lot of different hats.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's always fun to have you here. You have so many good things to tell us.
Yes, ma'am, we do. We've
Busy
had
summer.
Very busy. Probably one of the busiest I've had in my career, which is a good thing.
Oh, sure.
It is.
So you had money from 2 or 3 different sources, QZAB and all these.
Yes, we did. The acronyms to get us is the QSCB funds, which is the stimulus package from the government. We had two programs on stimulus funding, which has deadlines in expending the funds. So that was a challenge to actually take these projects from a design to a completion in the time frame of the monies having to be spent. So that really made us ramp up the jobs to hit these milestones, which actually doing that, we had about 8 projects that had to come in this summer.
Wow.
As a point to hit. We had to hit this summer. So
well,
it's been a very busy summer.
Let's get started talking about these 8 projects. Where are you?
Goodness, we're all over the county, and that's another good thing. But we had Indian Springs, which is a renovation job, which we finished our summer phase on time this summer. We're in the last phase of the project, which is the last hallway. So we'll be wrapping that up probably between now and Christmas and be complete at Indian Springs 100%.
What did you do as far as the renovation?
Most of our renovations, what we do is we go in and we basically gut the school. We bring it all up to today's 2011 IBC codes, which is huge on these projects. They're old schools. Takes a lot of work, but we give them the central air and heat, the new roofs, the floors, the technology, which is a huge process in our new building program, trying to create the 21st century classrooms. So,
what do you have to move any of the kids out?
Yes, we've got this down to art. We've been doing this for about 15 years. Yes, it's fast-paced construction, but the faster we move in the building, the less downtime the kids are going to have in the education of that school year. So what we do is we put, for an example, Indian Springs, we put 10 portable units there, and we completely set them up, air conditions and technology. We actually move the technology into the portables. So we take the kids from 10 classrooms, put them in the portables, nice, safe environment, all the technology and tools that they would have in their main building, and then we'll gut that building, completely renovate it, take those children, put them back in a new class. And just keep the next 10 moving. And we do this over about a 12-month period of construction.
And so this should be wrapped up by December?
By Christmas. By Christmas.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. We're looking for January 14 of actually completing several of these renovations.
Okay.
Indian Spring just being one of them. Robbins Elementary.
And they're doing the same thing?
Same thing, same program, about the same completion, January. Maryvale Elementary, same process. St. Elmo, that was the other one. Those are the QZAB and stimulus funding projects that we have going. All those have those same dates.
So they'll all be finished about the same time?
They all should wrap up around January 14th.
How are the principals especially reacting to what you've already done?
I guess coming back from the summer, they really saw the transformation. Throughout the school year, we're in the classrooms. In this process, from a construction standpoint and meeting the Board of Health's requirements and just the functioning of a school, we can only do administrative areas and kitchens, cafeteria in the summer.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it just makes sense. The kitchen has to serve food every day that school's open, so we can't do it in a physical school year. And then, of course, you know, the office area is the center of the school. It's the nucleus of the everything. So we can't just run them out and say, give us 3 months, y'all go down the
During
hall.
the school year, right.
So a long time ago, we had 12 weeks in the summer.
Yeah.
Now we have about 8 or 10.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to take this a very fast-paced program in the summer and address the kitchen, cafeteria, and administrative area. So in 8 weeks, we have to tear it out and put it back, which
Wow.
is huge. And the principals, we try to make them go home for the summer, go find another area, or go down the hall to where we've completed a room, because they work 12 months.
Right.
So when they came back this school year, they really see that transformation
Oh, I'll bet.
at that point.
And the kids too.
And the kids, because they come back and see the new office, and they've got half the classrooms are brand new. They see the transformation in the kitchen, the new kitchen equipment, stoves, all that. So that's a huge turning point in a renovation project for us this summer.
So what, did you do anything else this summer, as if you had lots
Well,
of time?
let me see. We opened a brand new school this summer on
Taylor
top of the
White?
renovations, which is Taylor White, which was a great project. It was
Mm-hmm.
completed in May. And, you know, just the transformation from an old to a new. And we didn't do this at Taylor. What we've done at Taylor White is Elsie Collier's, you know, had 25 portables due to the growth in population in the community. So we went right behind Elsie Collier on the school board's section property and built a brand new school with about 30 classrooms.
Wow.
So we moved the kids from Elsie Collier this summer to the new school.
New school.
And then had to go back into Elsie Collier and kind of straighten up from where you lost 400 children.
Tommy,
So-
we've got to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more on all the renovations. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
I saw Mr. Tillman's class. Just that quick little 5 minutes I had with him made me think that I really wanted to do small engines. I just love tinkering with them. Just a gearhead. Graduating from the Career Tech Center has allowed me to better myself, make more money, be more informed about the trade that I'm going to be in. I just felt like doing a trade is just better than working in an office or something. I have to be outside working with my hand or something.
NCPSS Career Tech. Start your future today.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
And welcome back to Homeroom. We're talking with Tommy Sheffield about our new facilities, our new buildings and everything. We left off talking about Taylor White.
Yes, we did. This summer, we made the transition again from Collier to Taylor White, which was a process of relocating half the children to the new school and bringing the new staff on, moving the furniture in,
Right.
the boxes, the books, so forth. So that was a huge challenge, but an accomplishment. We opened the school this year, the first day of classes in the new Taylor White with the new staff, new principal, and everyone.
I love to see that first day of school when the kids walk in and see everything.
Well, to us, that's what we do it for.
Right.
It's not about the blocks and bricks. It's not about the mortar. We've always said that we can build a school anywhere, but what goes into the school makes it,
Right.
which is the children,
Sure.
the community, and the teaching environment. It's not the four walls. It's what happens inside the building.
But you do a great job on the four walls.
Well, that's our part, and the teachers and principals and the administration takes it from there, and they carry it out to the community. And believe it or not, they create their own environment, their own community, and it's amazing to see it transfer from us to them.
And then we also,
Whitley opened it Monday.
Yes, we did.
First day of school at the new Whitley, and that's been another project. It's been very well We actually made a weekend move. We didn't have all summer at Whitley. We started Friday night this week and moved every box, book, desk, table, chair, freezers, coolers, food
Wow, you
from
must be
the old
working
building
round the clock.
right into the back door of the new facility.
Because they're right on the same campus.
Exactly. What we did, we built a brand new school in the back of Whitley.
Okay.
And now we have moved from the old school into the new school. And next Monday, we'll actually start the demolition process of raising that building and removing it from the site.
And then what will happen with that area?
Well, that area is going to become the back parking for the school.
All right.
Yes, we have the front circulation, the bus circulation, staff parking, but in the back, we'll actually go back in the back and create some parking, our asphalt play courts, our football fields, and PE areas.
Now, I know another thing you worked on this summer and will be working on again is Murphy High School.
Yes, Murphy was bigger than life, let me tell you. It was a challenge, but
From December 25th at 5:30, 5 o'clock, I think it was 5.
Between 5 and 5:15.
Yeah, it was. That's when it became a challenge.
That's when it became a challenge. We had a Christmas Day tornado at Murphy High School, did approximately $15 million in damage to the campus. And when I say to the campus, there wasn't many buildings that was not drastically affected. So we had a challenge of what are we going to do with our children, the kids, the staff, to keep the education process moving throughout the school year. But I can tell you that there's always issues when you have natural disasters.
Right.
But there's a silver lining in all of them. I'm blessed, we're blessed as a district, as a school system, to have the people we had on this project. The challenges were all overcome. We made it happen. We made it work.
What did you have to do? What had to happen at Murphy to get the kids back in that school and the staff?
Well, the first thing, our biggest challenge the first few days is where we're going to put them. So, we built a village in 9 days. And when I say a village, we took 73 modular units, shipped them from all over the Southeast, built a whole system, plumbing, electrical, mechanical, and technology in 9 days, and had the kids in the classroom on the 9th day.
And that was over at Clark Shaw campus.
Clark Shaw campus. So that was just a challenge in itself.
Sure.
Just pulling the communities and the resources, our contractors, and that's why I say we're so blessed. Alabama Power came, said, what do you need? Where do you want it? The general contractor, Rod Cook Construction, said 24/7s, how many people do we need?
Yeah.
And then from there, it just dominoed through the community. Our subcontractors, our local vendors. So we had a great team. We made the transition to Clark Shaw, and then we had to start focusing on now what are we going to do with Murphy. We have the best architect in the state for historical projects. That's Nick Holmes, Holmes and Holmes Architecture. We had the Alabama Building Commission come in. We've had our insurance adjusters. Actually, our writers, the insurance writer from Lloyd's of London came in to oversee the insurance.
Wow.
Because this was a huge investment, and it's a 1922 facility.
And a gorgeous campus, gorgeous
Murphy
school.
never ceases to amaze any of us, I think, and it's got such a gathering of people throughout the country.
Such alumni.
The alumni is huge. That takes on a whole life of itself, the involvement from the alumni.
So what did you have to get done this summer? I know there are things that you're going to do later, but what did you actually have to have done so that the kids could start again in August?
Well, our focus on is how many classrooms do I have to meet the educational process to move it forward with no hiccups. So we counted the classrooms, we got classroom counts, and we started picking buildings that we could address that in, meet that schedule, and make all the repairs necessary. Now we had roof damage that actually resulted in a lot of structural damage, so that was huge. So we had to replace all the roofs on the campus, every single roof on the campus.
How many?
I think we have 17 buildings But we
Okay.
have about 250,000 square feet of roofs. So that was the first challenge to get that process moving. We had air conditioned systems that were blown down the street, totally removed from the campus. So we had to get air conditioning moving. We had to get fire alarms back in. We had to get technology back in. We had to get all the windows and glass back in. And then we just had to clean the campus just to make it safe.
Safe.
So that process took us about 6 months.
6 months.
To totally restore.
We're going to come back, talk more about Murphy because everybody's interested in Murphy and it was such a project. So you stay where you are and you all stay where you are.
I'm Ashley Rich, Mobile County District Attorney. The failure to obey school bus safety laws will cost you. It can cost you up to a $3,000 fine and the loss of your driving privileges.
But more than that, it could cost the life of a child. That's why the Mobile County Public School System is urging you to stop and obey all bus traffic laws. Hi, I'm Pat Mitchell, Director of Transportation for the Mobile County Public School System. We're asking you to obey all bus safety laws. It could save a life. Remember, stop ahead when you see red. Our future depends on it.
I don't know what's happening. Start a new chat. What did I do? Okay, wow. That is so weird.
Hey! Hi!
Oh my gosh. Hi! God, I don't even know what to say right now. I'm so nervous. Gia, you're so big. Come closer to the camera. Wait, now you're in my face. That was so good.
So glad to have you back with us for Homeroom, and we're talking with Tommy Sheffield and all about our wonderful construction that has been going on during the summer. Will continue. We left off with Murphy, and you got everybody back in, and you still have work that you're going to do later on.
Yes, well, we got the kids back in first day of school.
Amazing.
Made that transition back to Murphy, and actually went back and cleaned up Clarkshaw and got them back on a normal routine schedule, brought some normalcy back to both campuses. So now we have the challenge of what are we going to do with the rest of the campus and the design of renovating Murphy. There again, we've got Nick Holmes as our architect. We've got a preliminary design of the first building so far. We're going to have to do this in phases, just like we talked on the other ones. We'll take 10 or 15 classrooms in, put 10 out, and address the buildings. The first phase will consist of the main building. So what we've done, we've got so many challenges with the age of the building, the historical values that we're trying to maintain, and by code compliance, bringing it up to the standards that's required by the state. So we put our heads together. We said, let's do this. Let's make a preliminary design of what we envision and what we know we have to do, and let's put it on paper. And let's go to Montgomery with it. And let's talk to Catherine Lynn, who's the Alabama Building Commissioner, who oversees the review process. And she said that'd be a great idea, that we don't be so redundant and ship it up there, waste a lot of time to say, try it this way. So we went up there and we rolled our prints out and said, this is what we want to do. What do you think? What's your compliance? And because there's a lot of different challenges. You got pre-existing conditions. You know, you can't just tear out the pool, the natatorium. So it's pre-existing conditions that have historical value to us. And so there's some waivers and gives and takes when we got up there that will just really will assist us better when we start sending up for finals.
Great.
So that was a great idea. Mr. Holmes and Huey Belair and myself went up. We spent about 4 hours just reviewing our thoughts, plans, got their input. So we have a clearer vision of what we need to submit. So that process is taking place right now. And we hope by this summer maybe that we'll actually, unfortunately, disrupt the school again, but start the new process of seeing Murphy as a 21st century campus.
But they will be in portables. So do the
on
same
campus,
thing.
we won't remove them. We'll rotate them out of portables.
Right. And then you also have the natatorium. You have the band room.
That's correct.
That's gone.
And the auditorium.
And the auditorium.
Yes, yes, those are still permanently closed because of structural damage. Well, first of all, the band building's gone.
It's gone.
It's not even on
Right.
campus. The natatorium is in place with a new roof. The auditorium is in place with a new roof.
When do
But
you think, just
structurally-
kind of looking ahead, as far as the auditorium, when do you think that might be finished?
Well, here's the approach we're taking.
Okay.
You know, Murphy, being one of our largest or the largest inner city high school we have, we got to focus on the educational process.
Sure.
So our focus is on classrooms first. The pool will take second phase, and even the auditorium is a major factor in the campus. It is not a daily educational classroom.
Right.
So we want to focus on the classrooms first. Then we'll take care of the auditorium. So we're probably looking at phase 2, which may be as much as a year.
But it will get done.
But
so,
it will be
you know,
it will be done. It's just a process. Murphy's huge. It's almost like a junior college.
Oh, it is.
And you know, it'd be
definitely.
great if we could just take all the kids and put them somewhere and really hit it hard. But unfortunately, we don't have the space. And the
And
design
they would
time
not be real happy.
because it would
Yeah,
be
they were
about a
great.
3-year process.
Yeah, and they were. We can't say enough about the Murphy kids and staff and
They-
the Clark Shaw students
All
and
of them,
staff.
Nancy.
You know, they put up with a lot.
We think we have it bad just managing some of this, but you know, they're the end users. We're the one that
sure.
put them out.
Sure.
And we're the ones that brought them back into some tough conditions. So, you know, they're the troopers at the
They
end
are.
of the day. The
They are.
students and the staff, they're still there.
But
They're
you know,
happy.
Martha Peak, our superintendent, and you promised that they would be back in August when school started, and I would see one student from Murphy at the grocery store several times, and every time he'd say, "You sure we're going to be back? You're sure we're going to be back?" And so I know they were delighted that they could be back. So they know that it will be done. It may
will
not
be
be done
done.
while they're there, but it will be done. And when they
That's
go
good.
back in years to come for reunions and things, it's going to be finished.
It's going to be there.
Yeah,
It's
that's,
gonna be there.
oh, that's amazing. That is amazing. Now, BC Rain is another school that you've done so much work. Oh my goodness, it has changed. So it's beautiful.
It was a huge challenge, but BC Rain, personally to me, has probably made the biggest transformation that I've ever done in the system on a renovation. I mean, just
and it was a renovation. It was not a total
environmentally,
rebuild.
it was a total renovation.
Right.
And when I say that, we transformed that school to a 21st century high school. That's just amazing.
When we come back, we're going to finish with BC Rain because that's so exciting, and maybe get in a couple other schools. But we'll be right back with more information on BC Rain and where we're going from there. Stay with us.
For me, it started back in 1942 when my family moved to Mobile, and I began my high school career at Murphy High School. Today, it's so important to be able to ingrain in yourself what are you going to do in future life, and you need to be prepared. And so subsequently, everything at Murphy was very important in my life, and so it was instrumental in preparing me for future life and future profession that I wanted to be in.
Nationwide, an average of 24 children die each year.
And another 17,000 are injured in bus-related accidents.
Many of these can be prevented. The safety of our children comes first.
For the safety of our future, obey all traffic laws related to school bus safety.
Hi, I'm Pat Mitchell, Director of Transportation for the Mobile County Public School System. We're asking you to obey all bus safety laws. It could save a life. Remember, stop ahead when you see red. Our future depends on it.
So glad you're back with us. We're talking with Tommy Sheffield about our new building construction and renovations. And when we left, we were talking about BC Rain, and as you said, unbelievable.
That's true. BC Rain, like I said, the transformation from the old high school to the 21st century high school is probably, right now, I'd say our flagship in high school programs from what we've done with the renovations, the science labs, the computer labs. And one of the most important right now that we're focusing on is actually a phase 2 of BC Rain. We finished the main renovation structure. Campus is done. And we're wrapping up, I hope in the next couple of months, the aviation building.
We're so excited about that.
That's what I'm saying. As far as 21st Century High School, the flagship, BC Range there. They have the programs, they have the buildings, they have the facilities. So, like I said, transformation for me in a high school, seeing that growing up in the community down there and seeing this building renovated, it's huge.
And the thing about it's become one of our signature academies.
Exactly.
And so that aeronautics building is so important.
To the community, everything. You know, that's it seems with the aeronautics and the aviations that's coming to Mobile, this is something that Mobile has to start looking at.
You bet.
Because we have to start preparing and feeding this industry. And it's
With
very
Airbus
important to
here,
our community. Exactly.
You bet. So that you're hoping a couple more months? and then
We're
we're
hoping
finished.
to have this open in January. Like January of 14, we're going to have a very busy month, somewhat like August of 13.
So and then you still have more projects for
Oh
a
goodness,
new bond.
Nancy, we never stop. One we didn't hit on is the new Casa Diva. We just tearing the ground
Brand
up
new.
now, brand new, coming out of the ground. That's a February 14 opening. But more than that, we've got so much going to happen in the next 3 years. I think we'd need a couple more hours, but we do need to touch bases. Very big program, the 2012 bond program. It's $100 million of new construction, new and renovation throughout the county. 18 projects. Right now, we're in the process of reviewing architects, making some architectural selection. All the projects have been selected. So we're gearing up to actually start rolling out plans and specifications for $100 million. This will take about 33 months to roll out, but another huge program and another, a lot more stories we can talk about.
Busy time for you.
Very busy.
So the architect is chosen first.
Yes.
Will you use 18 different architects? Is that normal? Do you
Well,
use just a few?
What we try to do is what works, we want to keep using. We've done a lot of cookie cutters, and what we mean is substantial duplications.
Right.
Where we take a building, we work the bugs and tweak it and keep rebuilding it. Not only do we get a better building each time, but we get a huge reduction in cost. The engineering cost goes to about 50%.
Wow.
So we're saving money.
Right. That's good.
Which the more we save on the architectural money, the more we can put into that building construction fund for that project. So we've got a lot of work ahead of us, selecting architects, engineers, testing, surveying.
How long do the plans usually take?
A new school, approximately 6 to 8 months to do a complete design. We have to submit them to the state of Alabama in 3 different phases, a schematic phase, preliminary phase, and a final.
Okay.
So once we send it, you know, we're just sitting on a clock waiting for their review process, and they're very busy now. We're just Mobile County as far as the state goes. So, you know, 6 to 8 months for a new construction, renovations probably 8. Now that's just design time.
Right.
Construction time on new's 14 months. Renovation anywhere from 9 to 14 months.
You know, we have about a minute left, and I don't want to stop before we talk a little bit about Augusta Evans.
The flagship of the state of Alabama's special programs. We're so tickled with this. We will open Augusta Evans, we hope in January 14. There again, another busy January. Right at hunting season, may I say. But Augusta Evans, awesome. It's the first design that we've done, and I think one of the first in the state of Alabama to be a true 21st century special needs facility. So we're
fabulous.
So proud of that facility.
And it's where Hillsdale Middle School used to be.
Exactly. It's the former Hillsdale Middle site.
We are so excited about that in the Augusta Evans community. The parents, the students, they are so excited about that. The principal, he can hardly wait.
Well, this is a one project that, you know, your emotions really do get in it.
They do.
And it's hard not to get in it.
Sure.
And I think they should be in it. Because working with Sheila Martin and her staff, the local school and the board members, and this has just been really a special process that's just been so smooth, but it's going to be a very special facility.
So you have all these projects. You need to take a breath before they all get going up, and then you can come back in a couple
We have
months and just let us know.
a lot of stories coming up.
Okay, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Come back again soon.
Anytime.
And thank you for watching and for listening.